Welcome to my video lecture based on utilization of electric power. Paper code EE702. This total syllabus is based on markout curriculum, and the topic I will cover that is also based on markout curriculum. This paper belongs to 7th semester course of markout, and the topic today I will start with new chapter on illumination of engineering. What is the meaning of illumination? People are thinking that illumination means lighting, but there is some big difference between illumination and lighting. Illumination means we have to illuminate a particular area so that for a sufficient light can be spreaded for a particular area and the area will be illuminated. So that thing I will highlight in this total video lecture, and what are the important terms I need to understand for understanding illumination of engineering, that I will discuss in this total lecture. Myself Rumrum Banerjee, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department, Dr. Sudhir Chandrachud Institute of Technology and Sports Complex. Previously it was known as Dr. Sudhir Chandrachud Degree Engineering College, and this institution is under JIS board. So let us start with Introduction to Illumination Engineering. Illumination differ from light very much, though generally these terms are used more or less synonymously. Strictly speaking, light is the cause and illumination is the result of that light on surface on which it falls. Thus, the illumination makes the surface look more or less bright with a certain color, and it is this brightness and color which the eye sees and interprets as something useful or pleasant or otherwise. Light may be produced by passing electric current through filament, as in incandescent lamps, through arcs between carbon or metal rods, or through suitable gases as in neon and other gas tubes. In some forms of light, the light is due to fluorescence excited by radiation arising from the passage of electric current through mercury vapor. Some body reflects light in some measures, and when illuminated from an original source, they become secondary source of light. A good example is moon, which illuminates the earth by means of reflected light originating in the sun. The basic fact from all this line I have told you, the basic fact is illumination means visualization of a particular area due to light. Suppose we have a room and the room color is just black, and if I put a light on that room, definitely as the color is black, so the room illumination will be very less. That means still we have switch on the light, but as the color of the room is black or dark, we cannot see the elements of the room properly. That means light is the cause, but illumination is the result, and that illumination is based on different factors. That source can become, it can reflect, but if the area is illuminated, that will cause the illumination by using the light source. So what are the main definitions of related to illumination? So first one is light. Definitely light is the important term, because light is the cause which will illuminate our particular area. So like every morning when sun rises in the east and the whole earth illuminated, right? So the main source is light and illumination is the result. So what is light? It is defined as the radiant energy from a hot body which produces the visual sensation upon the human eye. It is usually denoted by Q, expressed in lumen hours, and it is analogous to watt hours. That means light is basically radiant energy from a hot body which produces the visual sensation upon the human eye, and that is expressed by Q and in terms of lumen hours, which is analogous to watt hours. Okay. Second important fact, that is luminous flux. It is defined as the total quantity of light energy emitted per second from a luminous body. It is represented by symbol F and is measured in lumens. The exception of luminous flux help us to specify the output and efficiency of a given light source. Thirdly, luminous intensity. Luminous intensity in any given direction is the luminous flux emitted by the source per unit solid angle, measured in the direction in which the intensity is required. It is denoted by symbol I and is measured in candela. So it is denoted by symbol I and it is measured in candela, CD, or lumen per star radian. If F is the luminous flux radiated out by a source within a solid angle of omega star radian in any particular direction, then I equals to F by omega lumens per star radian or candela. So that is luminous intensity, which is represented by candela. Next, what is lumen? The lumen is the unit of luminous flux and is defined as the amount of luminous flux given out in a space, represented by 1 unit of solid angle by a source having an intensity of 1 candle power in all directions. That means lumens equals to candle power into solid angle. Lumen equals to candle power into solid angle, that is Cp into omega, or total lumens given out by source of 1 candela is 4 pi lumens. Next one, candle power. Candle power is the light radiating capacity of a source in a given direction and is defined as the number of lumens given out by the source in a unit solid angle in a given direction, and it is denoted by symbol Cp. Cp means lumens per omega. Next one is illumination. When the light falls upon any surface, the phenomenon is called illumination. Okay. It is defined as the number of lumens falling out on the surface per unit area. It is denoted by symbol E and is measured in lumens per square meter or lux or meter candle. If a flux of F lumens falls on the surface of area A, then the illumination of the surface is E equals to F by A lumens per meter square or lux. That means the unit of illumination is lumens per meter square or lux. Next one, what is lux or meter candle? It is the unit of illumination and is defined as the luminous flux falling per square meter on the surface which is everywhere perpendicular to the rays of light from a source of 1 candle power and 1 meter away from it. Next one, foot candle. It is also the unit of illumination and is defined as the luminous flux falling per square foot on the surface which is everywhere perpendicular to the rays of light from a source of 1 candle power and 1 foot away from it. That is, I foot candle equals to 1 lumens per foot square. That means 1 lumen divided by 1 meter by 3.2 weight whole square equals to 10.76 meter candle or lux. That means 1 foot candle equals to 10.76 meter candle or lux. So here I have discussed the important terms like lumen, candle power, illumination, lux or foot candle. These are the basic definitions actually to understand what is illumination and what are the terms basically related with illumination. What is candle? What is candle power? What is lumen? Foot candle. These are the important definitions you have to remember and you have to understand for understanding the illumination of light. Next one, mean horizontal candle power, MHCP. This term is very important for semester exam purpose. These three factors I have written here, MHCP, MSCP, MHSCP. These three terms are very important for semester exam. These definitions comes in semester exams of markout. So definitely I will highlighting this part that these are very important terms. So what is MHCP? MHCP is mean horizontal candle power. It is defined as the mean of candle powers in all directions in the horizontal plane containing the source of light. Next, mean spherical candle power, MSCP. It is defined as the mean of candle powers in all directions and in all planes from the source of light. Next, mean hemispherical candle power, that is written as MHSCP. It is defined as the mean of candle powers in all directions above or below the horizontal plane passing through the source of light. Next one, reduction factor. What is reduction factor? Reduction factor of a source of light is the ratio of its mean spherical candle power to its mean horizontal candle power. That means reduction factor is basically the ratio of MSCP with MHCP. So what are the important things? Mean horizontal candle power, that is MHCP. It is basically mean candle powers in all direction in the horizontal plane containing the source of light. Mean of candle powers in all direction in the horizontal plane containing the source of light. Then MSCP. It is basically the mean candle powers in all direction and in all planes from the source of light. Previously it is in the direction of horizontal plane and MSCP is direction in all. There is no particular direction, it is direction all. And MHSCP, it is the mean candle power in all directions above or below the horizontal plane passing through the source of light. That means MHSCP is the candle power in all directions above or below the horizontal plane. That is basically MHSCP. Next one is utilization factor or coefficient of utilization. This term is also very important for examination purpose. Generally this question comes, what is utilization factor? Basically utilization factor is the ratio of total lumens reaching the working plane to total lumens given out by the lamp. It is defined as the ratio of total lumens reaching the working plane to total lumens given out by the lamp. So utilization factor is total lumens reaching the working plane divided by total lumens given out by the lamp. Okay. Next, maintenance factor. Due to accumulation of dust, dirt, smoke on the lamps, they emit less light than they emit when they are new ones. Okay. Similarly, the walls and ceilings etc. after being covered with dust, dirt, smoke do not reflect the same output of light which is reflected when they are new. The ratio of illumination under normal working conditions to the illumination when the things are perfectly clean is known as maintenance factor. That means the challenge we are daily facing. That means when a light is new, just there is no dirt or no oil patches or no dust particles are there, the lights illuminates much better. But when the surface are not clean, that means it requires maintenance and the illumination factor becomes lesser. So the maintenance factor is very important thing, which is illumination under normal working condition and illumination when everything is perfectly clean. That is basically maintenance factor. Okay. Next one is absorption factor. In the places where the atmosphere is full of smoke, fumes such as foundries, there is a possibility of absorption of light. That example I am telling you first. If our surface is totally painted by black color, then definitely the absorption factor is very high, so the illumination of light will be very less. So definitely absorption factor is a very important thing. Absorption will be not only on dark colors, it can be also absorbed by smoke fumes such as foundries, and it is possibility of absorption of light. So the ratio of total lumens available after absorption to the total lumens emitted by the source of light is called the absorption factor. So this is the absorption factor. Next one is beam factor. The ratio of lumens in the beam of a projector to the lumens given out by a lamp is called beam factor. This factor takes into account the absorption of light by reflector and front glass of the projector lamp. Its value varies from 0.3 to 0.6. Next one is reflection factor. When a ray of light impinges on a surface, it is reflected by the surface at an angle of incidence as shown in the figure. A certain portion of incident light is absorbed by the surface. The ratio of reflected light to the incident light is called the reflection factor. Okay. It is always less than unit. Next one, this is very important term, that is solid angle. What do you mean by solid angle? The plane angle is subtended at a point in a plane by two converging straight lines, and its magnitude is given by theta equals to r by radius radians. So the largest angle subtended at a portion is 2 pi radians, and solid angle is the angle generated by the surface passing through the point in a surface in a space and the periphery of the area. Solid angle is denoted by omega and expressed in radian, and it is given by the ratio of the area of surface to the square of distance between the area and the point. That means omega equals to area by radius square, a by r square. It is the solid angle. That means suppose we have point of a light is coming, then how much area, how much radius of the area that point light is covering. That is the solid angle basically. The area by radius square. So up to this much for today. These are the important definitions are related to illumination of light source, and this is very important in terms of understanding the illumination engineering. This total topic I have taken from the book of J.B. Gupta of Utilization of Electric Power. You can follow other books also, but I will prefer this book. This book also contains several numerical problems, and for understanding any kind of engineering problems or engineering theory, definitely we need the help of understanding a problem. If the problems are clear to you, then you can easily understand the theory also. So in my next lecture I will discuss about much more related to illumination of lights and different problems related to illumination that I will discuss in my next lecture series related to utilization of electrical power, and the module is illumination engineering. So thank you all. For listening my lecture related to illumination of electrical engineering. Illumination of light source.